Hi everyone, and welcome to our podcast. My name is Elena.
And I'm Jack. We are so excited to have you here. This podcast is for anyone learning English, especially if you're at the elementary or intermediate level.
Yes, and today we have a great topic. Time is money. This is a very common saying in English. Do you know what it means, Jack?
I do. It means that time is very valuable, just like money. If you waste time, it's like wasting money.
Exactly. And today, we'll talk about why time is so important, how we can use it wisely, and how this saying can help us in life.
But first, let's explain a few key words that we'll use in our conversation.
Good idea. Let's start with the word time. Time is the hours, minutes, and seconds in a day. We all have the same amount of time, 24 hours every day.
And then there's money. Money is what we use to buy things like food, clothes, or even a cup of coffee.
Another important word is value. Value means how important or useful something is. For example, your time has value because you can use it to do things you enjoy or to work.
Yes, and let's not forget plan. To plan means to think about what you want to do before you do it. For example, I like to plan my day so I don't waste time.
That's smart, Jack. Another word is save. To save means to keep something for later, like saving money in a bank or saving time by doing things quickly.
And the opposite of save is spend. To spend means to use money or time. For example, I can spend my time reading a book or watching a movie.
Now, let's talk about the word waste. Waste means to use something in a bad way. If you waste time, you do something that's not useful or important.
Yes, like watching too much TV when you have homework to do. Another important word is important. If something is important, it matters a lot. For example, learning English is important for many people.
And here's a good word choice. A choice is when you pick between two or more things. Every day, we make choices about how to use our time.
Finally, let's talk about success. Success is when you do something well or reach your goal. For example, if you study English every day, you will have success in learning the language.
Great! Now that we know these words, let's start talking about the saying time is money, Jack. Do you think this saying is true?
I think it is true. Time is something we can't get back once we spend it. If we use our time well, we can do things that make us happy or successful.
That's a great point. For example, if you use your time to learn English, you are investing in your future. It's like spending money on something that will help you later.
Yes, and if you waste time, you might feel like you've lost something. For example, if I spend all day playing video games, I might feel bad because I didn't do anything useful.
That's true, but I think it's also important to have balance. Sometimes we need to rest or do fun things too. It's not always about work.
Absolutely, Elena. Rest is important too, but the key is to plan your time so you don't waste it. For example, I like to make a list of things I want to do each day.
That's a great idea. Making a plan can help us use our time wisely. And when we do that, we feel more in control of our lives.
Yes, exactly, Elena. When we feel in control of our time, it makes us feel more confident and happier. It's like we're the boss of our own day.
That's a good way to put it, Jack. But sometimes it's hard to stay in control, right? There are so many distractions around us.
Oh, definitely. For example, when I sit down to work, I sometimes pick up my phone and spend too much time on social media without even realizing it.
That happens to me too. It's so easy to waste time without meaning to. That's why I think it's important to set clear goals for the day.
I agree. Setting goals helps us focus on what's important. For example, if your goal is to study English for 1 hour, you can remind yourself to stick to that plan instead of watching TV.
Exactly. And you can also reward yourself after you finish your goal. Like after studying English, you can relax and watch your favorite show.
That's a great idea. Rewards can motivate us to keep going. And speaking of motivation, I think it's also important to understand why we're doing something.
Yes, the why is so important. If you know why you want to learn English, like getting a better job or traveling to another country, it can keep you focused, even when it's hard.
Right. It's like you're making an investment in yourself. Just like saving money in a bank, you're saving time now to enjoy the benefits later.
That's a perfect comparison, Jack. And when you think about time as something valuable, you start to see how even small choices can make a big difference.
Exactly. Like choosing to spend 10 minutes practicing English instead of scrolling through your phone. Those 10 minutes can add up over time.
Yes, small steps lead to big results. It's all about making the right choices every day.
You're absolutely right, Elena. The small choices we make every day shape our future. It's like building a house, every brick count, even if it feels small at the moment.
That's a great example, Jack. And I think it's the same with learning English or any other skill. Every time you practice, you're adding another brick to your knowledge.
Exactly. And the good thing is, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to keep going. For example, if you spend 15 minutes a day learning English, you'll improve a lot over time.
Yes, consistency is key. It's better to practice a little every day than to try and do everything at once. That's how we save time in the long run.
And saving time is so important. It means we can spend it on the things we care about the most, like family, friends, or hobbies.
True. When we use our time wisely, we feel more balanced and less stressed. It's like everything in life fits together better.
That's right. But I also think we need to remember that nobody is perfect. It's okay to make mistakes or have days when we don't use our time well.
Absolutely. The important thing is to learn from those days and try again. We can always start fresh tomorrow.
Exactly. And one way to improve is by looking at where we spend our time now. If we know what's wasting our time, we can work to change it.
That's a great tip, Jack. For example, if you spend too much time on your phone, you can set a timer to remind yourself to stop.
Yes, or you can use apps that help you focus. There are so many tools that can make it easier to stay on track.
That's true. But even without apps, just being mindful of your time can make a big difference. When you know your time is valuable, you'll think twice before wasting it.
Exactly. Time is like money. You can choose to spend it wisely or waste it. And the more wisely you spend it, the more you'll get out of life.
That's so true, Jack. When we spend our time wisely, we feel like we're getting more out of life. It's not just about being busy. It's about doing things that matter to us.
Exactly, Elena. Being busy doesn't always mean being productive. Sometimes we fill our days with activities, but they don't really bring us closer to our goals.
Right. That's why it's important to prioritize. We need to focus on what's really important and let go of the things that aren't.
Prioritizing is such a useful skill. For example, if learning English is important to you, you might choose to spend less time on social media and more time practicing vocabulary or listening to podcasts like this one.
Yes, and when you make those kinds of choices, you feel proud of yourself. It's like you're taking control of your life and your future.
That's a great point. And I think it's also helpful to remember that time isn't just about work or study. It's also about enjoying the moments we have with the people we care about.
Absolutely, Jack. Spending quality time with friends or family is just as important as reaching your goals. It's all about balance.
Balance is key. We don't want to work so much that we forget to rest or have fun. At the same time, we don't want to relax so much that we stop making progress.
Exactly. And I think having a good routine can help with that balance. When you have a routine, you can plan time for work, rest, and fun.
Yes, routines make life easier. They help us stay organized and make sure we don't waste time deciding what to do next.
That's so true. And routines can also help us build good habits, like studying English every day or exercising regularly.
Exactly. And once something becomes a habit, it feels easier to do. You don't have to think about it so much, it just becomes part of your day.
That's a great way to think about it, Jack. Habits and routines are powerful tools for using our time wisely and building the life we want.
Exactly, Elena. When we build good habits and stick to routines, it's like setting a strong foundation for our future. It helps us use our time wisely and reach our goals step by step.
And the best part is, anyone can start. It doesn't matter if you've wasted time in the past. What matters is what you choose to do today and tomorrow.
That's so true. Every day is a new opportunity to make better choices with our time. And even small changes, like spending just 15 minutes practicing English, can lead to big results over time.
Yes, and it's also important to remember that time is precious. When we use it wisely, we not only achieve our goals but also feel more satisfied and happier.
Absolutely, Elena. So, to sum up, we talked about how time is money means time is valuable, just like money. We discussed how to plan, set goals, avoid distractions, and build good habits to make the most of our time.
We also talked about finding balance using your time for work, study, and rest, and spending quality moments with the people you care about.
That's right. And remember, even small steps can make a big difference. The key is to be mindful of your time and use it in ways that bring value to your life.
We hope you found this podcast helpful and that you feel inspired to think about how you use your time.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like our podcast, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family.
Yes, sharing is a great way to help others and support us too. Thank you so much for listening and for joining us today.
We really appreciate you spending your valuable time with us. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and goodbye.
Goodbye.